You already know how I feel. Like, I think everything is created by God. I think that creation is so beautiful, and Bowser was so unique and special and perfect for our family. And you know, we didn't have kids for how many years of our marriage? 11, 12 years of our marriage. So Bowser really was like, he was our kid in our kidless years. We didn't want to do this, obviously. Also, we didn't, you know, when you make a hard decision, it's like you don't want to make the decision. And then on top of not wanting to make the decision, you don't want to have to relive it and tell people you made the decision. And our nephew came into town. He's a year and a half, and he was doing things like picking Zoe up by her neck, and we'd stop him obviously, but like picking her up, like climbing on Bowser.
Well, kind of like.
Neither of the dogs ever snapped at him. Never. They let him crawl and pull and push, and they were so good.
Possible.
From Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, May 10th, and I love dogs. I love dogs so much that I cannot stand this chick that's on YouTube called Nikki Phillippi. By the way, I don't typically cover YouTubers, but I wanted to give my 2 cents on this. Some of you are like, Katie, you're so late to the story. Why are you even bothering? Well, because it's what I do. I always take my time with everything. Not always, but in this case, I have been totally distracted by everything else that's been going on with Josh Duggar. A bunch of my subscribers let me know that there's this woman named Nikki who had a horrible video that she published on her YouTube channel where she and her husband Dan effectively talked about how their dog Bowser, who had been a staple feature on the channel for like 9 years, was suddenly and abruptly had to go down to the Rainbow Bridge. And when I talk about the Rainbow Bridge, that's just where dogs and cats go when they're no longer of this world. And she and Dan claim that they had to put down their otherwise healthy 9-year-old dog because the dog had nipped at the face of their son, who's 1 year old. And apparently this dog had a history of bad behavior. But the weird thing is that while they were filming this video, there was an Instagram story and there was an Instagram photo shoot with them sitting with the dog right before someone came over to send the dog to the Rainbow Bridge, and they're literally sitting next to the dog and they have a baby sitting next to the dog. The argument was that the dog was unpredictable around kids, but yet the day of the photo shoot, she's like sitting in a lap with the kid, and the kid is like next to the dog. And I would think, like, if you're so scared about the dog and the kid, why would you have the kid next to the dog right before all of this takes place? There's a lot of hypocrisy here, a lot to unpack, and obviously people on the internet are very upset. So there's a few things in this story that I thought were just really bizarre. One is that she claims they have this history with this dog of being really aggressive, and yet at no point in any of this video did they discuss any sort of veterinarian services or behavioral services or training that they might have done to help this dog act better, deal with their anxiety better, or manage any of the issues that this dog had. They had talked about how when the dog was a puppy, the dog had been actually at some point attacked by another dog and never recovered from that, which to me tells me that they never maybe took steps to go through training to help the dog recover from that. They also said that they also claimed that they were, when the incident happened with their son, the first incident, they say the dog was grabbed by the ear by the child, and then the dog's ear blew up like a cauliflower. And so it took the long time for the dog to heal from that. And then the next time something happened with the dog, he apparently, the son, grabbed the dog while he was eating and tried to grab something from the dog's mouth or something like that, which then made the dog unhappy, nipped the kid's face. They even admitted nothing serious happened with the child. There was only a tiny mark. There was no need for them to like go to the hospital. Nothing major happened. It was just scary. So it was that incident that they said led to them believing that they had no other options. They claimed that they contacted the Humane Society, to which the Humane Society says there's no records, which is crazy. So she says in this video, you know, we contacted the Humane Society. The Humane Society says, well, you know, we can't rehome that dog because the dog is bonded to Dan and he's been with Dan for 9 years. And so there's really, we won't take the dog. We won't rehome the dog. So they claimed that also the dog's past history would be a liability for anyone adopting the dog, and they would own that liability no matter where the dog went. Even though there's actually rescues, not the Humane Society, that will take dogs, that will, if you give the dog and surrender the dog to the rescue, they will actually take the liability with them. And there's even bull terrier rescues that have come out publicly and said they would have taken this dog had they known that they needed a new home. Obviously, people are infuriated with her, right? They're like, you didn't do enough. This is weird. Why would you have to put this dog down? Why did you do this weird photo shoot? Why did you know all of these things about this dog and not take steps to actually help the dog recover or manage that behavior or put safeguards in to make sure that your child was not taking food from the dog's mouth when he's eating, when you know that the dog has aggressive tendencies? It's a lot to process. She's losing subscribers. She's also losing sponsorships. Everyone on the internet is canceling her. And I started looking at all of her stuff online. I noticed something really weird. Y'all, she follows Micah Stauffer. Micah Stauffer follows her. Of course she and Micah would follow each other. I also noticed something as I was looking through her videos, that she has a problem with kind of telling the truth. So there was one thing I noticed specifically is she claims she's a homesteader, which is really weird. She claims she's a homesteader, okay? She's going to be doing everything naturally, and she promotes this actively on her channel, right? Now, she lives in Tennessee in the city of Nashville, and according to property records, she has 0.03 acres. According to Wikipedia, a homestead is defined as a measurement equal to 160 acres. So if you're actually a homesteader, you would have a farm. A farm. You're not really a homesteader if you're literally living in the city on 0.03 acres, and you're not really a homesteader if you don't have a farm. Then she likes to try to play it off like we're an urban homesteader. No, there's no such thing as an urban homesteader. You're just a crunchy mom that likes to make your own food and pretend like you live supernatural, but you're definitely not a homesteader. This reminds me of the time that Micah Stauffer pretended she was a vegan. We all know that Micah Stauffer was not a vegan because people in her life came forward and told me she's not a vegan. So there's a lot of deception that goes on with these people, and they seem to have something in common. They both lie about things. Not only that, she's a massive conspiracy theorist. She once tweeted that she wanted to know if we really landed on the moon. There's so much proof that this happened. I can't even believe she asked that question. She might as well have said the earth is flat. Not only that, she has also been completely and utterly connected to promoting multi-level marketing products. She has also been heavy into promoting natural remedies, as well as discouraging the use of medications to help with various health conditions. On her channel, she has talked a lot about her struggles with depression, but then she also pretends that she's almost a mental health expert and tells people how they can manage their depression without using medications.
Fill your mind with things that are lovely and pure and sweet. If you are a Christian and a believer, get in your scriptures daily. You can listen to them on Audible, or on like the app where they read the Bible. You can read it, but get in it daily. And when you put stuff in front of you, be cognizant. Just like how which this is the other piece of advice, right? Eat real food, eat clean food. The thing is, I know people are going to say that because depression is supposedly a chemical imbalance in the brain, a lot of people feel like you don't have the ability to do those things when you are seriously in depression, and you might not. But in terms of asking me for things that you could try to force yourself to do that will probably or could potentially be beneficial, even my therapist who is a big believer in like SM.
She also is staunchly anti-vaccine, and she is anti-science. She has used her channel to promote a natural lifestyle, but yet again lives on an urban piece of property, and she's just a walking hypocrite. The other thing that they have in common with the Stauffers is she wanted to be an adoption person. So she, around the same time that Micah got big with adopting Huxley, she and her husband also started to go through the adoption journey. except they literally got kicked out of every single program that they tried to adopt with. In fact, Thailand, the country of Thailand, kicked them out of their program and did not allow them to adopt from them because she was sharing things on social media, and they have a strict rule about not sharing anything on social media for the very first year that you have the child.
You are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year.
Yeah, and that,
So,
I mean, Nikki's got a YouTube channel where we share a whole lot.
wait, hold on. When that hit, we literally were like,
Yeah.
what? Like, we literally were like, wait, what? So
She could not do that, she said, because she was going to be blogging and vlogging about everything. She also specifically went to Thailand because in China, where Micah went, China only adopts out children with high special needs, and she did not want a child with high special needs.
that, you know, we wanted to go through China, and she actually said to us that she recommended we go through Thailand because at this moment we're not looking to adopt a child with high special needs. We don't feel like we're equipped to handle that at this point in time. Now,
After getting kicked out of Thailand, she went to Korea. She got kicked out of Korea. Then they went to the foster care system with an agency. They got kicked out of that. They literally got kicked out of all the programs because every single agency seemed to believe that she was doing this for attention and that the child would be exploited. That was sort of their big takeaway from all of it. And then after all that was said and done, after years of pretending to be adopting, she got pregnant. It's almost like Micah got through the whole thing and actually had to adopt and was like, holy crap. And then she had to rehome her child. And then this one didn't get the kid and then was like, I'm going to get pregnant. And that's what Micah did. She got pregnant right after she adopted. So I kind of feel like Nikki is 2021's answer to Micah Stafford on a larger scale. She has a larger platform, although her videos do terribly. She doesn't get a lot of views. And now people are calling for her to be canceled. I think at the end of the day, if you have a dog and you are not being a good dog owner and you're not getting them behavioral therapy, or if you're not training them, or if you're not putting in safeguards to protect people from your dog and you're not helping them with their anxiety, then you shouldn't be a dog owner. I hope they never adopt another dog. I hope more and more people speak out against this. People are calling for them to be demonetized. They have locked down all of their Instagrams. They have locked down their Twitter accounts. There's just a lot going on here, but I will say this. Vloggers on YouTube all have the same pattern of copying each other, of promoting false narratives about their lives, misleading people about their lives, falling on whatever is trendy at the time. So whether it's adoption journeys, whether it's I'm going to be a dog mom, I'm going to be a mom, I'm going to be the natural mom, they all follow the same script, they all follow the same journeys, and all of their videos look the same. And a lot of it is complete and utter deception as a way to promote products. So if you watch any of these videos, they're always sponsored by various companies like Pampers or HelloFresh or whatever, and it's all deceiving. Like, are you really going to believe now that a 160-acre homesteader is actually Nikki, who has 0.303 acres and lives in the city of Nashville? I think there's a lot of lying going on, and I think she also might be lying about what actually happened to Bowser. But that's just me. Some people actually think that they actually ended the dog's life without using the proper channels. I can't say either way, but what I will say is that Nikki Phillippi is canceled. I hope she never makes any more videos on this platform, and I truly hope all of her sponsors drop her, and I kind of secretly hope that the Humane Society sues her ass for blaming them for the reason why they put the dog down. All right, you guys, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.